Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scratching Post, where we scratch at that gaming itch. It is Saturday, and as you can see on the screen, that means it's time for Silly Voices Saturday!
Yes, it is!
It is indeed. My name is Ebak. Welcome to the show. Of course, every Saturday I gather my friends together and we put our voice acting talents to a variety of video games. In this case, it's Ten Investigations 2. It's funny because we were just talking about, someone mentioned Warhammer in the lead up to this, and I was in Reliable's stream just a short while ago. We were talking about, she knows what's coming. We were talking about comic books, and we got on the subject of Henry Cavill, because of course he's just the king of the nerds, isn't he?
I didn't vote for him.
I mean, I didn't vote for him, but you can have it as far as I'm concerned.
I love you, Shadow.
I'm not taking orders from a watery tart that throws swords at people.
Fair enough. But
This is just a Monty Python episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about how he's like he's so handsome and pretty, and my response was, and also he's nerdy as well, and my response is, please, Mr. Cavill, tell me more about 40k as I gaze into your eyes and touch your muscles. Everyone just lost it.
I'm honest.
If I was approached by Henry Cavill as a watery tart, I would accept anything from him.
Yeah, so you were saying you would accept a sword from a quote watery tart.
If the watery tart was Henry Cavill, yes.
If it was Henry Cavill, you would accept it. Okay, fair enough.
You are aware that watery tarts tend to drown people, right?
I mean,
Yeah, well.
Sirens are bad people.
look, drown me daddy is a thing.
You would not survive against a Rustalka.
All I know is if Henry Cavill walked in with a 40k army and looked at me, it would just be...
Yeah. Also, it's official, Henry Cavill is a Rusalka.
Well, this point in the show, I introduced the guests, the cast and the guest. So let's do this. We have Burr.
Yes.
Short and sweet. We have Divot. He's back!
I'm back!
I'm
back! Have a subscription.
Oh, I think
Hey,
I'm
do you
right.
Hey, do you know what also is back?
What's back?
Big rigs over the road racing.
What?
Nice.
Oh.
I'll take it.
It's big.
To be compared
I'll
to such
give
an
you
elite and
context
illustrious
after
event.
Cool. This is clearly something I'm not educated in. I will be educated after the show. We also have a Dwifting.
I'm just here to voice a character who has no thoughts in his head whatsoever.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah. She just felt like what she said. We also have a K.
I'm excited to play K again.
All the way from the land of the burning Americas.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it. I have chips. I've got my friends. Let's have a good
Yay!
day.
Chips are fun.
Nice.
What flavor?
They're just tortilla chips.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're party size. That helps. Restaurant
Yes.
style.
And
That helps.
and we travel Indiana Jones map style over the Pacific Ocean. That's Atlantic. The
in
Pacific.
a hype train.
In a hype train, somehow we built the rail over the Pacific to Japan. When we bump into our woman in Japan, Laura Petal.
Don't do it weird.
Get out!
Don't do it weird.
Not you, the other one.
Don't do it weird. Thank you. He was going to blow his freaking air horn whistle thing.
Cool. Did my intro just get interrupted by this?
Go
That's
on.
good.
Your intro just got derailed, I'm afraid.
And we're putting it back.
Time.
We'll put it back on. We'll put it back on track. Yeah. Yes.
Well, there was. I was going to say it's a terrible time because I did just have to do a sneeze, like right as you were saying that, and I just did it. And
I
it
heard
feels
that,
like,
yes.
Yeah, it feels like other people were. It feels like other things were happening during that time, and it just got lost by the wayside. Choo choo, bitch.
That is a statement.
You motherfuckers.
Loving Russ.
Following Burr's sentiment,
Yes.
Okay. Metropolis.
Oh god.
Good evening.
The creepy entrance. The door just.
Oh my god, drifting.
What?
You back?
Oh
Drifting
dear
did a thing.
lord! I do notice this. Drifting, you are insane. Thank you so much for the 5 tier 1 subs. I appreciate it. I also appreciate everyone
but you're
else.
also crazy.
Sending that hype train all the way to.
Yes. Will we bump into our special guest, ShadowPhoenixRider?
Why are you running?
Gotta get a space somehow.
I mean, that'd be fun.
Thank
That'd
you,
be...
Burr, for
You're on
reminding
a
me
train.
to
Why are you
leave
running?
in
Why are you on a
Francisca's
train
voice.
already? Yeah.
Gotta get to the front.
You have
Okay.
a whip. I don't want to.
I
Then
mean,
get out of
Oh, yeah.
the way there, dummy.
Stay
that
away
is,
from you.
that is fair.
You should use your squeak lab to imitate the doors closing quickly.
Okay.
I don't have a whip. I just have a foam sword. I have a foam broadsword, a lightsaber. Well, not as good as Elle's lightsaber, and also a gambit coat.
I have a lightsaber
with-
too.
I have a gambit coat with a deck of cards, but they're not as sexy as his Deadwing and Deadwing. What? I keep doing that.
Deadwing.
Get Deadwing and Wolverine fucking cards.
Deadpool.
No, it's Deadwing now. Okay.
There we go.
Fuck it.
Wait, Gambit on a Deathwing? I would love that.
What people don't know is Deadwing is just Deadpool with a jetpack.
No, Gambit drives the X-wing. I don't know why he doesn't drive an Interceptor. He won't tell me why.
Yeah. Also, Deadwing is from the Amalgam universe. Is a combination of Batman and Deadpool.
Oh dear.
I would appreciate investigations if you don't mess up again like you did last week. Please.
Please.
For the love of...
Okay, plus.
Please.
Okay.
Well, now that you said it, the game's just going to be like.
Well, I'm saying it because
Well, now I want
the
to.
game already is. I booted up and it's like, I'm just going to take my time. I'm like, no
In the
game.
meantime, while investigations are being fucking beaten into submission, we can do some more
Well,
jokes.
While we're investigating the investigations,
Wow.
Here's some light music.
I know this is.
Hang on.
for your
Oh.
Fuck, I'm being beaten by Solitaire.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
But I love the idea. It reminded me of that day in 1920s where on April the BBC said, "There's no news today. Here's some music."
It's the music. Oh,
Oh yeah, of course
joy.
you remember the 1920s, don't you, old man?
Wow.
Oh,
that's a call out.
to be
I
young.
was 100 years old.
No disrespect, but I'd kill for a day like that, honestly. I would
Yeah.
I would be fine.
We need one.
No, I was reading Grums for Filth in the news channel, and then I heard in the back of my head, Cher, you're a bit hungry. Maybe eat some garlic bread. It was literally
Oh,
like,
man.
you're not yourself. Have some garlic bread.
You're not yourself without some garlic bread.
Yeah.
Also,
Better?
I
Yes.
wanted to continue the jokes about me being old. I'm so old that when I looked at the World Cup elimination phase of this year, I saw that there's Poland, Lithuania, and Austria-Hungary, and I thought, why there's only one match?
Oof.
I understand that reference.
Lol.
Well played.
I'm sure the teams did as well.
I think the game is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. The game is
Yeah.
working. Don't no one panic.
Don't jinx it.
No
Don't
one
look at it.
make no sudden movements.
I'm going to eat the moss.
This
Don't.
vision is based on
Don't.
moon.
Oh.
I was gonna say, this is you killed my line. How could you drift? Why?
Gotta be faster.
Fear. It senses fear.
It kind of does sense fear.
That's what you have to do with printers. You have to approach them with no sense of urgency. Like, yeah, I'll take as long as long as I want. I don't have any fear at all. Come fucking at me. And then they're like,
Oh.
oh okay, fair enough.
Mhm.
I shouldn't. I should have totally done my homework. Fuck.
I mean, your homework.
Well, I just remembered I'm voicing a guy, and my mind's just drawn a blank, and I'm like,
A
oh,
guy?
fuck,
Does that mean you usually voice women?
no comment.
No comment, Your Honor.
Yeah, sorry, that joke fell kind of flat. Sorry.
No, it's
comment, Your Honor.
fine. I was in the middle of having a drink. That's the only reason why I didn't do anything.
What do you mean I got a hype chest? Why?
You've got a hype chest because you were part of the hype train.
Yeah,
My
There's
train is now-
on Twitch now. Jesus fucking Christ.
It has now departed.
Okay.
Bye.
Always approach printers from the front, according to Weird. So.
I mean, he's not wrong there.
He is not
They
wrong.
don't work
They start easily.
back.
You must construct additional pylons.
Well, if anything, Xenoblade has been teaching me recently that you can approach some enemies from the front. You can do some attacks to them from the side, and then some of them are most effective from behind, particularly backslash.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Do not approach me from behind, and because that's not a good idea. I don't like
No.
being approached from behind. I bite.
Same.
I almost
Shaking your hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't approach
I
people-
almost broke my mum's hands at one point because she approached me from behind and gently put her hands on my waist. And one, I don't like being approached from behind. Two, I'm ticklish. So that was basically like
Ah.
a 1-2 punch of like, this was a bad idea. Okay.
Yeah, don't approach people from behind because they're easily spooked.
Yes. Especially if you've got like the blessing / curse of like nobody hears you when you go into a room.
Yeah,
So
and
then you start
Shadow has
speaking,
very-
and they're like, Jesus fuck.
And Shadow has
I'm-
very strong legs, so she can break your kneecaps.
Duly noted, considering I scare my coworkers on the regular by just showing up beside them at some point.
Oh
Check,
yeah,
check.
that's how I scare my parents. I once like walked into my dad's room to talk to him, and he was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, what, Dad, Father dearest, you have peripheral vision. You can see me enter the room.
Father, why?
Shakes you both
doesn't
your
stop
hands
me.
profusely.
I just jump all. I'm just jumpy. Don't know why.
I've had that same issue, but with my mother, and I swear to you, I said hello before entering the room. She turns around, acts like that's the first time she's ever seen me in her life. I'm like, Mother, please. I greeted you before coming in. What the fuck?
I had that a
Uh-huh.
lot of time with my coworkers when I would listen to a conversation standing just behind them for a few minutes, and then suddenly they realize I'm there, and they got so many hits in the ribs because I've scared them.
In fairness, that is your own doing. If you're gonna just like stand right behind people.
Don't stand behind me menacingly. That's my job.
At the very least, if I
I'm
do
not-
decide at any point to ever do a backslash on you, you'll know it's coming because it's impossible to do that move and not shout out that you are doing a backslash.
And you're just like, well, I guess
Roadhouse.
my
You would
life
know that it's coming.
You're like,
remember
I guess
that
my life
move.
is going to end 5 minutes from now.
I don't
I remember
announce
that
my
move from
spells.
Let's be fair.
from Smash Bros.
Yes.
Yee.
I don't announce
That
my
is- that is-
spells. You know what you got hit with when you get hit with.
I still find it very, very funny that all the X-Men have to yell their attacks in the Capcom versus games. So you hear Gambit essentially going, "I'm throwing a fucking card at your head, Koyon." Fuck you, fuck you.
I still can never stop hearing it as
Credit card.
credit card.
I have no idea
It's credit
why
card, but it does sound like credit card.
Ace Attorney is absolutely just refusing to cooperate with me today. I'm gonna move it to my other hard drive.
I am going to put my hard hat on and go down there.
I was
I'll be
wondering
back.
whether you shouldn't like change the date in your system clock. Like when it knows it's Saturday, it's uncooperative.
I know exactly how to make Ace Attorney Investigations 2 work.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a threat.
Well, I'm just gonna move it to my hard because I'm wondering if it's. I don't know why, but maybe it's because it's on a different drive. I'm just gonna move it to the C drive because do you know what? The C drive has plenty of space. It's also an SSD.
Yeah, no
Well,
worries.
yeah, I mean,
but-
Hold on a
that would
minute.
absolutely improve things.
I guess it
I
shouldn't
mean-
be that much of a problem because it is a visual novel game, but narrows eyes.
Side eyes.
I mean,
It knows.
it still loads sections, and it
Lemming,
will
pass me
load
the
them
drill.
in like 3 seconds instead
Hang
of
on.
15 like so far.
I'm just gonna move it.
Yeah.
I'd rather kind of like. It's been like this for the last couple of weeks now, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. So
Understandably.
I asked for a drill, not the whole tool case.
Come on,
You're getting the
it's
whole
cool.
tool case.
In the
Apparently.
meantime, we're gonna provide some other entertainment.
Bollocks.
David, when he returns, maybe can be
Right, miss. One drill.
convinced to play it from bone.
Excellent, thank you.
Yes, I do have one to hand.
Why does that? That surprised me actually.
I don't have a drill, but I do have like a small toolbox my dad gifted me when I first got my place.
I have a drill, and I fear that tomorrow I will have to be that neighbor.
oh,
Oh no.
No.
Because Chaka has almost broke one of the steps on her cat wall, and I have to drill extra screws into it.
Whoops.
In fairness, so long as you don't do it like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, nobody minds.
Yeah,
Just
no,
like
no,
that, but-
it would be more like maybe noon when everyone's at church.
Good, yes. That's the good thing about religion. You know where people are.
Yeah,
It's almost like what it's designed for.
Yeah.
yeah. I was about to say that, R2.
Oh, Lemming, you've got your hard hat. Here you go.
Ah, awesome.
it's starting to take its sweet fucking time moving. So
Yeah,
do
it
you know
does
what
that.
do you know what I'm going to do? I think it's going to be quicker if I uninstall it and just re-download it. So
Yeah, yeah. Strangely as it sounds, it might be quicker.
Game Plus, why are you being like this?
I wish I knew.
In the meantime, breaking news.
Oh yeah, I can tell you about the Bigs over the road racing. Yeah, for some reason it's getting a Steam release.
Nah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me just scroll back up. It's being released sometime in 2025.
How specific?
that
Well,
was a good
it says
Right.
planned release date Q2 2025. I cannot get any more specific.
I know it's just that I love how video game companies are like that lately. It'll come out eventually.
Which, if anything, is a good thing because, you know, they used to be like, it's coming out at this time next year. Be there, pre-order now. And then the people making the game would have to panic and stress and get the game ready in time. Now it's just a case of, yeah, I'll be ready by this time.
I remember back in the olden days when Blizzard games would be ready when they were done. And then
Back when-
Activision got involved. Again.
Now they just patch it.
back when Blizzard
In
wanted
fairness,
to do
I
games.
cannot speak. In fairness, I cannot speak to the quality of Blizzard games currently because I left the ecosystem several years back.
I mean,
Fair.
So they
seeing
could have improved.
yeah.
They could have improved.
Although seeing the reviews on Overwatch 2 on Steam, I think they speak volumes about the quality of Blizzard games of late.
Didn't they put loot boxes back into I
Yes.
say back into Overwatch 2?
I mean, it is back into Overwatch because they were not in Overwatch 2, which replaced Overwatch 1. There's no Overwatch 1, so Overwatch 2 is Overwatch.
It was
Wait,
a choice for sure.
it was supposed to be a better version of Overwatch with a single player campaign. And guess what guess what players never got?
The single player campaign.
Exactly.
The thing they wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, Overwatch 2 started as the worst version of Overwatch, and it's just gotten worse. That initial version was the best one of the ones that we
I'm
got
just
so
gonna
far.
say that's an achievement for a game to start off as the worst version of itself.
I mean, it started as the worst version of Overwatch, but the best version of Overwatch 2.
Ouch.
Oh, that's
That
painful.
is terrifying and horrible, and I'm glad I'm glad I got out of the ecosystem as well.
I'm
Anyway,
glad I never got into the ecosystem.
put Gambit into Marvel Rivals, please.
Please don't.
Please, I
'cause-
will learn how to use it. I will learn a hero shooter. I will be bad at it, but I will learn for my boy.
No, I'd rather that you didn't have to play that game. So maybe it's better that they don't put Gambit there. It's better if someone releases a good Marvel game with Gambit.
We might be waiting for some time.
I have heard that Squirrel Girl is in Marvel Rivals.
Yes, guys.
Squirrel Girl is awesome, but that doesn't change the fact that Sony is horrible and Marvel Rivals is horrible, and there's horrible things happening around that game, and I don't want people getting into that.
Understandable.
Were you saying something, Ebak?
I think you said we were back.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. But because this is Saturday Silly Voices, when we do kick off, once the game is finished, let's not make this a depressing stream.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, it's like Silly Voices is slowly turning into commentaries. We occasionally talk
Yeah,
about
let's
video
not make
games.
this a video game industry commentary show.
Sorry.
In the meantime, I guess we should find some entertainment for you guys. Possibly entertaining ourselves while also entertaining others. Does
Sorry,
anyone
best I've
have-
got is just
That depression. I don't know what you guys have been doing. I've been playing solitaire this whole time.
I've been trying.
I'm currently trying out Conflict of Nations World War 3.
I have found a
I've been
really cool game to like fidget with. It's called Bauhaus Bonk.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've been trying to find whose line is it anyway commentary so I can
Hmm.
upload the transcript and make us do silly things. I don't know.
Nice. All I know is I'm on the verge of invading Portugal.
Oh, fun.
I thought you were about to say, all I know is I'm called the Stig.
Not quite. No.
You're the Stig in my heart.
Is your first name really the?
Yes.
The Lemming. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm accepting that into my belief system.
This is now canon.
Yes.
I except for the meep, I respect people whose pronouns is the definite article.
What?
The.
The.
Yeah, and?
Hang on. Let's just make this official.
I think I've just ADHD'd myself out of this conversation.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Nevertheless.
The.
Meanwhile,
What was I doing?
elsewhere,
What
that's
is
why that symbol
happening?
was.
we don't know.
Oh, the big
It's
rigs
it's
over
just-
the road racing
It's
remind
just happening.
Yes, Burr.
Yeah.
It reminded me that there is a game that came out that's pretty cool. It's called Mud Runner Expeditions, and it's a strategy game masked as a driving game. And it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. One of the streamers I watch regularly actually played a lot of that game when it first came out.
Yeah, if you're okay with the fact that you're gonna be fucked up all the time, it's very zen.
Oh yeah, you're literally just like trying to drive through mud. It's
Yeah.
as painful as that sounds, but if you want like something chill to just work yourself through, it's up there.
I'm trying
And-
not to be very rude about an English country, about an English town.
Which one?
Exactly.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just
I
got
was
back.
gonna say Slough, but Slough like gets dogged on quite a lot, so
I mean, we can always be horrible about Milton Keynes. That's always morally correct.
Okay, I've got 14 minutes until it finishes downloading.
14.
14, yes. 1-4. Sorry, I wasn't very
This is
clear.
happening because I'm here, isn't it?
No, to be fair, we had issues
No.
last week.
We
Oh, fair
had the
enough.
same problems last
so
time.
It's probably me.
Of course, I get back and
No,
we're delayed.
It's not you either, Shadow. You two better be kind to yourselves. I have both of your addresses. I'll go there and I'll hug you.
You will.
That's
really
a
well.
threat.
That's a-
You
I-
can't even. You can't even get through the door. You can't get through the first
That's
door,
a
man.
promise.
If that's a
I'll-
promise, then I'm horrible. I'm the worst person to exist. Oh no! Oh, I'm so terrible. Me. Ooh.
That doesn't work, mate. I've been trying that for the last year and a half.
That's it. Opening Skyscanner right now.
And that's why I haven't even started, because Lord knows just the trip he would need to take to get over here.
And targeting system activate.
Oh,
That's
That's
the
life
Yu-Gi-Oh! That's
points.
the Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's
sound.
life
That's not
points.
That's the
targeting.
Shut up, it still
Yu-Gi-Oh
works.
sound.
It still works, okay?
I have
Ah, ding, 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 ding,
I
ding,
have
ding, ding.
once done a trip from Singapore to Telford on a whim, so I think I could go to Japan.
On a
Okay.
whim.
Wish I
Why would
could
you go
do things like
oh
that
yeah,
on a
of course,
whim.
Coxcon. I was
On a
going to say,
whim,
why
'cause-
would you go to
yeah.
Telford?
Yeah.
And then I
That's where
remembered,
Coxcon was.
yes.
I mean, for the last 5 years, there's been literally no reason to go to Telford.
Yeah, fuck. I really do miss CoxCon. Even though I
Yeah.
Has it really
understand
been
why
5 years?
Yeah, I understand why
I think
it's
it's
not
been 6
done
years.
anymore, but it's like I miss
Yeah.
it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least all the people that for some reason wanted to get married in Telford, they can.
Jesus. Why would you get I mean there's the Iron Bridge. And that's it.
Weird W asks, while we wait, pick pick the one game you're most looking forward to releasing. Ooh.
It has
I-
it has already technically, but I still need to pick up my copy of Xenoblade X Definitive.
Well, I was looking forward to it, but then it turned out to be shit. So
Oh
no.
dear.
I'm
To
so
give an actual answer, that Cuff Busts game,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's gonna be. I hope that's good.
Hmm.
But for more esoteric games, Lewis, can it be a TTRPG?
Yes.
You're not Lewis. Your heart
Damn.
is as big as Lewis, but
Weird one.
I'm Lewis.
no.
I never
not
guess how
just-
that works.
I'm not just a jack-o'-lantern.
Behave yourself.
Weird says whatever you want.
I am looking forward to a TTRPG coming out called Mapamundi, because
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
like its vibes a lot. I like the way it's focused more on world building and storytelling than combat, and I think because of the way it's set up, I think I'm probably confident enough to try DMing it. Famous last words, I know, but
Also, cats the conspiracy.
it does that too. But Mapamundi currently,
Much more, yeah.
yes.
That's gonna be a brilliant game. I'm looking forward to two
very
games. I'm
beautiful.
looking forward to Mermaid Mask, which is the third part of a trilogy of Detective Grimoire. It's gonna be brilliant. Even though it's gonna probably take 4 hours to play, but it's still gonna be the best game. And
Yeah,
I'm
4 hours
waiting
isn't that
for
bad.
and I'm waiting for a game that is gonna come out next week, which is the first Berserker Kazan. Because I have a masochistic streak and I like Souls-likes, even though I'm horrible at them. And I absolutely loved the demo. Yeah, go play the demo if you like this kind of thing.
I mean, I guess I'm just waiting for Monster Account to finally fully come out. So
Yeah.
Fair, yeah.
Same.
I am looking forward. I'm the only one looking forward to like a big budget game coming out. Dune Awakening when it comes out.
That's the MMO,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, the open world survival crafting massively multiplayer online adventure game.
So the
That-
You
MMO.
what-
already have
yeah, yeah.
characters.
What a mouthful.
Yeah, no, except it's not It's an MMO in the same way that oh god, what's even the name? Ark.
Oh, yeah.
It's an MMO like
Oh,
Ark.
okay,
You know,
fair
it's,
enough.
so you can have massive open worlds with lots of people in, or you can just play it.
I mean, Ark is an MMO. Also, is it gonna be more like Ark or more like Power World, which is also an MMO?
No, it's not like Power World. It's
Power
I was
World's an
thinking more like
MMO?
Rust.
Which also is an MMO.
Yeah, but it's not an MMO like World of Warcraft.
I mean, it's
Back
not
in
an.
my day, MMOs had a specific meaning.
I mean, it's not
Exactly.
an-
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an MMO RPG, but it's still an MMO.
Yeah, it's massive. It's a massive multiplayer
Yeah,
game
yeah,
that one
I
of the
know- I
communities
know-
I'm a part of will be playing a lot of.
I know, but like they can also be played like single player, but MMOs
Yeah.
that I'm used to could never be played like single player.
We'll always have people involved.
Because their
Can-
whole point is they're always online.
Can Dynamite Awakening be played single player? That would be awesome.
I have no idea, but I'll look forward to finding out. And even if not, I'll still be off in the deep desert somewhere away from everyone.
Yeah, I think Dune Awakening is a more traditional MMO in their server in their server structure, but I'm not sure.
I mean,
They have mentioned it is an MMO kind of thing, but
No.
while
Oh, yeah.
that got me
games
wondering.
like Ark and Rust are not they're mentioned to be multiplayer, but they're not announced to be MMOs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow and Mist, because you are expert on the subject.
Ugh.
Have there ever been people trying to build like some sort of mods for WoW so that it could be played single player?
There are such things as private servers, but most private servers are multiplayer based. I presume it could work, but I think the infrastructure. I think the thing with WoW and games of its ilk is it really needs to have people, kind of thing. You need to have people like affecting the economy and doing other things, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
What-
it's basically the widest, most shallowest Skyrim you've ever seen.
What I
Wow,
will say
Skyrim in
is,
itself already not that grand, so
Exactly.
what I will say is, in more recent expansions, they have introduced a lot of more single player friendly content. So two of the biggest changes they've done is they've implemented the ability to do dungeons by yourself, where you have I guess you could say AI controlled NPCs that fill the other roles for you. The other thing they've done is they've done story mode for raiding, where you basically, if you're just there for the story, you can just go kill the last boss, and they do again same thing where every other role is filled by non-player characters, and you just do the raid fight, but you're there for the story. It's a much easier time.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that I actually came out of WoW before these things came in, because they would have
Yeah,
made my
they would have
experience
made
quite like
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds very much up your alley.
yeah.
And also, that sounds a bit like those raids in Pokemon that you can play multiplayer but don't have to.
Yeah, I think a Blizzard's AI is a little smarter though.
Blizzard's been working on it for a little
Are you,
while though,
are
so
you saying Blizzard's game might be better built than?
No,
Game's
I'm just gonna say, hey L,
Yes,
Solrock used cosmic power.
Oh,
Sorry.
not again.
I love your gremlin giggle. It's so delicious.
I
Also,
will say, audience, this poor man has to put up with me.
I have a
Trying to
question
run
to
a
all.
show, and then there's me just like, hey, would you like to relive some trauma?
I have a question to all y'all, but especially to Lewis regarding MMOs. Do you consider No Man's Sky an MMO?
No,
Nah.
it was not originally built as an MMO.
It was not. I mean, it was built as an MMO and a single player at the same time, because it was supposed to be massive multiplayer, but the players had no interaction whatsoever. Now I think they do have quite a lot of interaction.
So here's the thing with MMOs. MMOs are designed with the idea or notion that to do a task you need more than one player.
Yeah, the thing Yeah, the thing about MMOs is that there is no other mode but to be with people, and these people are affecting the economy. It's literally like a second world with lots of people in it as well.
Mm.
Games which have a single player where you can be sectioned off from people are not MMOs by their very nature. A game can be massively multiplayer, but massively multiplayer with lots of people in it. But if there's a mode that lets you section the other people away, then it's not an MMO. I know it's difficult to get people's head. I know it's difficult to kind of like get
it's
your head around, but an MMO is a specific genre of game, and it has to be like it has to be. It is very. I can't say it's like very specific, but
I guess the best way to say it is, as Shadow said, like an MMO can have single player elements, but it should not be able to be sectioned itself off to be able to be single player only. An MMO cannot exist without other players. It is solely for the purpose of the game, and the drive and the things you do needs other players to exist to be able to, as Shadow said, economy, certain tasks, certain quests.
Yeah, like if you take Guild Wars 2 for example, it has like events that cycle through the day kind of thing. But in order for those events to progress, you need people. If you took everybody out except one person, those quests could still cycle, but it would be incredibly difficult for that one person to do all of that. These games require people to interact, to push the buttons, to move things around. There are some games, some MMOs that are so strict. I'm thinking Eve, actually. Eve Online, for example, would not function without people. It would not. You remove everybody from the ecosystem except one person. Nothing gets mined. You don't get anything in the shops. Nothing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
WoW
But
is
other games like No Man's Sky and Rust and stuff, they can still operate because they have been designed so they can operate with a single player. But MMOs must be lived in, which is why when MMOs lose population in their dying days, things start to break down, kind of thing. You can actually see this in the Old Republic, where because there's such a gap. I wouldn't say that the Old Republic is dying. It's just in a state in its economy where there's a big gap between the higher earners and the lower earners, where where credit inflation is to such an extent. People have more credits than they know what the fuck to do with, kind of thing. There's very few credit sinks, and so the devs have had to put in more credit sinks for things that did not used to be a credit sink. For example, you used to be able to use the fast travel without paying. Now you must pay, kind of thing. It's and when population starts to drain, this becomes worse because there's less people buying things, so there's less demand, and there's an excess of supply, and everything just goes to shit, kind of thing. It's very interesting, actually, if you're an economics person, to like monitor markets like this. However, not very good if you're actually part of said population.
Actually, there is a very famous case in WoW, which is known as the corrupted blood incident. Yeah, and it's still talked about by scientists because
it's very useful for epidemiologists.
Yeah.
Because basically there was a mechanic in a very old fight where you got basically a corrupted blood, and normally this debuff would be removed when you left the instance. However, the bug was that the corrupted blood could bounce to any people, including your pets, who, when they left the instance, did not lose the debuff.
So it spread outside of where it was intended, and it ran rampant through a lot of lower players because, of course, they're not designed to take the obscene amounts of damage. And what's quite interesting is there was destructive behavior from people who would store the infection and then keep reintroducing it back into the system, which we did see with the COVID pandemic when people wouldn't fucking wear their masks. So it's very interesting. Epidemiologists have use it as a case study. It's very useful.
Yeah.
I got it working.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
We haven't talked about MMOs and video games
No
for a
problem.
while.
The good news is going to work. And the bad news is, I think this could be a sign that one of my hard drives is going to die because I just realized it's the same hard drive that had Dishonored installed to it.
Oh no!
So I kind of wonder, is it? Then again, On Guard was fine last night, but who knows? Who the hell knows? I'm just going to quickly. I'm not going to do the whole intro again, but I'll save this as a blooper. Hi.